Hello everybody, what is up? My name is Robert and welcome back to Robert's Vlogs, I guess. I guess that's what I'll call it now because I guess I'm going to start doing like weekly vlogs or something like that. Because yeah. So today is December the 5th. So it's actually technically not even been a week since I last made one of these vlog type videos. So it's December the 5th and it is freaking 12:54 in the morning. About to be 1 a.m. So it's super duper early. I just got off of work. I just got done eating this really interesting cup noodles turkey. It's freaking turkey dinner. It's so interesting, and I actually put some like bits of the small amount of leftover turkey that we had left from Thanksgiving, and yeah, it was actually really good. The flavoring was not super great, honestly. It had a mock like gravy taste to it, but it wasn't really like actual, obviously gravy because they can't just have like little cubes of dried up gravy in there or whatever. I don't know. But the flavoring was really good. Anyways, and I was watching episode 15 of the Great Teacher Onizuka anime. I'm still watching that anime, but I've been picking up the pace a bit. I have, like, what I basically do is after I get off of work, I'll eat dinner and watch, like, one, maybe two episodes of anime, and then usually I get to recording videos. And after I record this video, I plan on recording, like, I'm probably gonna record some Danganronpa since I am so close to being done. I am literally on chapter 6. I'm doing the investigation segment, and then after that will be the final. I don't know why I'm doing this with my hands. After that will be the final. Gosh, why am I trying to think of it? The final trial of the game, where we uncover who the true mastermind behind, the whole entire killing game of Danganronpa is. Well, not really. It's only the first game. And then after that, I can finally get the second game. I've never actually played the second game, but I've seen, like, several playthroughs, including that of, like, the Game Grumps. But, anyways. Yeah, so I've been a little bit spoiled on it, but I've never actually experienced the gameplay for myself, so I'll see what it's like firsthand and record it. So it'll be almost like a semi-blind playthrough. And then after I get done recording some Danganronpa, I'm gonna maybe record an episode of Bioshock 2, since I just literally put out episode 4, and oh man, I was like so zonked out during that episode. I was really, really tired. Just like I am kind of like right now. I'm a little bit tired. So who knows? Maybe this next episode that I record of BioShock will be also a sleepy one, but it won't be until like way later in the series in my videos, because I still have like 6 more videos after the one I just uploaded to still upload. Edit and upload, I mean. So yeah, it was a very interesting episode where we were going through Ryan's amusement park, and Andrew Ryan, who was like the main, or kind of the main villain, sort of, but not really, of the first game. That's a little bit of a spoiler, although I guess not really, since Bioshock 1 has been out for years, and also I already put out the final episode of Bioshock 1, so if you want to go watch that, you can go watch it. I try and be funny in my videos, try to be, when I'm not completely tired, but the episode I just uploaded was really funny, because like you're going through the amusement park, and there are all these, they're not really rides, they're just these like little things where you could press a button and it plays like a little audio thing, and there's like a diorama of like mechanical things and stuff like that. And Andrew Ryan always is like, oh yes, so the farmer tills his land and works his crops and is able to, build his own sustainable resource. But the parasite says no, and a big mechanical hand will come down in and be like, "Raw," and block things, and it's just like, I was not throwing a gang sign up just then. I was just doing this. I wasn't doing a gang sign, by the way. Anyways, so it's just so funny. The parasite says no. It is so funny. But anyways, I was watching the great teacher Onizuka earlier, and for whatever reason, the freaking sorry to jump from topic to topic like that. So anyways, so I was watching the great teacher Onizuka episode 15 earlier, and it's actually getting really interesting because like he's about to get fired from his teaching job, but he's like taking on this like test or whatever to try and keep his teaching job. Like, in case you didn't know, the basic plot of Great Teacher Onizuka is literally about this biker gang leader punk dude who wants to become a teacher for whatever reason, because he just wants to make school fun. And so it's actually a pretty interesting anime. But obviously him being a former biker gang leader, he's not even really that smart himself. And yeah, it's almost like taking somebody who is not qualified at all to be a teacher and putting them in a teaching position. But it works out because he's a decent person. And he's actually a good teacher. He's good at teaching the kids life lessons rather than, just boring schooling. But, I mean, I guess that's just how it has to be, to teach people stuff. So, anyways, in the recent episode, like I was saying, he was trying to take this test, and he has to score, like, top in the whole entire country or whatever, or he gets fired, which sucks. And it's all because of this one spoiled brat girl that has, like, her parents are in positions of power or whatever, and she's just abusing her authority. Also, she could try and freaking force him to lick her feet. Yeah, it's a weird anime. I suggest watching it, but not with younger siblings around. Anyways, so I was watching episode 15, and it was getting so good. It was so close to the end of the episode, too. It was like about like 2/3 of the way through the video, or through the episode. And then all of a sudden, blunk, it goes down. I had like a freaking 500 error, it said, an internal server error. So that means Crunchyroll's whole shit is down right now, which is like lame. But okay, so I decided, I'll just record this, quick video, talk about a few things, and then I'll get to recording BioShock and Danganronpa. I almost forgot. I'm already gonna have to edit this video. I have to really pay attention when I do it though, because I swear so many times I will not even pay attention while I'm editing, and I'll just like leave in stuff that I meant to cut out. And that sucks. But oh well, that's just because I suck at editing. I just don't have time. My siblings are always around, which makes it awkward and a little bit difficult to edit during the daytime. I record my videos at night because that's almost the only time I have to record my videos, other than when I record with my niece, which I actually enjoy recording with my niece because her commentary adds, onto what's going on, and I can, joke around and stuff like that, and it's actually really nice. Other than that, I've been playing a lot of Hollow Knight Silksong. I know I talked about how I was, like, way fucking high up in playtime, and I'm still continuing on. I finally started Act 3, made my way down into the abyss. Well, actually, before that, I fought the freaking Bell Eater, and that that thing was that was actually a fun fight. That was a really fun fight. I also went up into the wormways and found I forget what his name was. Gosh, I'm gonna have to put up a image or something of that to that effect to show which character I'm talking about. But he's like immortal or whatever. I like keep hitting him and he just keeps healing, and it's like I hit him and hit him and hit him and hit him. He eventually gets to a point though where he starts like changing up his movements a little bit, and his attack pattern becomes slightly different. And all his attack pattern is he walks around and he occasionally spews out these just little blue magma balls that spray out, and they can be quite hard to avoid since they can since they're random basically. So it's really hard. Sometimes you just can't avoid them, and it's like Silksong is not like how Hollow Knight was, where you have like the shade cloak, so you can't dash through stuff. I think that's what it was called. Well, yeah, so you can't dash through attacks or whatever. That's the thing that sucks about Silksong. You can't dash through shit, and that's sort of like the difference between combat between Hollow Knight and Hollow Knight Silksong, because I recently tried jumping back on Hollow Knight real fast just to see if maybe having more experience in Silksong would help me out in Hollow Knight. It does not, because the combat is totally different. The feel and vibe of the combat is totally different. Hollow Knight's combat, a lot of it is just like staying still and watching the movements of your enemy and like basically observing your enemy, waiting for them to attack, and sometimes, when you need to avoid the attack. But of course, you can also be kind of aggressive with your attacking as well. But it's not as, how should I explain it? I mean, Silksong is sort of like that as well, but it's more fluid in the movements. It's hard to explain. Hollow Knight's movements are like simplistic in like terms of, dash through this to avoid damage, jump, pogo, stuff like that. But with Silksong, you have a lot of different movement abilities that really help you out. And the Drifter's Cloak also is like a little bit of a game changer as well, in my opinion. Anyways, what am I even trying to talk about here? So, after I beat the Bell Eater, I dove down into the abyss. Once you get to the abyss, all there is down there, when I guess, first go down there, is just a little bit of a scene. Or, you fight an enemy gauntlet, and you get a little bit of a scene, and you get your final movement ability, which I'm like, yes! I'm so glad. But then after that, you have to do a really difficult escape segment where you escape out of the abyss back up into the deep docks area of the game, or was it the far fields? I forget. I think it was the deep docks. So you come out, but you're being chased by like lava. On top of that, you have to deal with a lot of other stuff like air currents and spikes and friggin' lava flows and other stuff like that. And then there are enemies, and you gotta utilize your movement abilities like accurately and correctly. And a lot of times I'll like jump too high up and not be able to like get to an enemy correctly. You have to like sometimes use this one movement ability that's where I forget what it's called, but Hornet throws out her needle and it's attached to a thread of silk, and then she pulls herself to it, and it allows you to get a lot of like horizontal movement. I just can't remember what it was called. It was like because you get it pretty later on in the game, so I always forget what it's called. It also lets you hang from rings. Uh, she throws her needle through these rings, and then she like can hang on to it and hang on to her needle, and you could just hang there forever. It's a lot of fun. But anyway, so I finally this morning, or I mean, should I say yesterday morning, before I had to start work, I was able to actually finally escape and get out. And now I'm gonna have to go and see the snail shamans who set the whole trap up, because that's what it was. It was a trap. Gosh, I can't believe it. For anybody who hasn't played it, I'm sorry if this is a major spoiler. I should have put that up on screen. I'm probably gonna have to do that in editing, but I'm saying it now in the video. But basically, what ends up happening is, just like with Hollow Knight, there are two different endings. You can take down Grandmother Silk normally and absorb her and get this ending where the whole entire kingdom just gets covered in freaking threads, and in the middle of that bundle of threads, at the very center is Hornet, and then you see this like scene where she just like grows like extra arms, and it's like, oh gosh. So she's essentially becoming the next Grandmother Silk, or whatever. Anyways, but there's an alternate ending that you can do once you've completed enough things. Once you've found all the fleas and completed all the like side quests and stuff like that. Once you've done all that, you can then enter Act 3 by doing the side quest, where you go around and get these one things, and then the trap snare, or the snare setter, I think is what it was called. And then you essentially just, instead of absorbing Grandmother Silk after beating her, you play your needle in instead, which activates the trap, which causes these like black tendrils to like grab Grandmother Silk, and at the same time Lace, who is another character who is essentially like the daughter of Grandmother Silk, but she was created, but she was created purely from webs and thread, which is essentially, in the world of Hollow Knight Silksong, thread is like life essence. It's essentially like pure life essence. So I don't know. It's really complicated, but basically, Lace also gets sucked down into the abyss, and basically once you enter into Act 3, then you can go down, fight the Bell Eater, or not, if you don't want to, I guess. I don't know. It makes life a lot easier, because then you get your Bell Beast back. And on top of that, well, that's also another little bit of a spoiler, but you also get the Bell Beast call, or whatever it's called, where you can essentially just be automatically transported back to a Bellway, which that could be super useful, as long as you're not being attacked by enemies. As long as you're not being killed by enemies, it could be super useful. But anyways, after that, then you can just go down to Bone Bottom, and if you just head over to where the Snail Shaman was, I forget what he was called, but he won't be there. But then you can go down. I mean, not Snail Shaman, but the Cathedral Shaman, or whatever he was called. I don't remember what he was even called. But you go down, further down, and you eventually are able to enter this new area where you find him and his brothers, his siblings, gathered there, and they have revealed themselves for what they truly are, which are like the snail shaman people from like the previous Hollow Knight. They literally just look like complete beings of shadow. Like their bodies are completely black and their eyes are just like glowing yellow or whatever. Anyways, so turns out they plotted the whole thing and they set it up so that they're I don't know how to even explain it. There's this just down in the abyss, there's just this black writhing mass or whatever. I don't know how to explain it. They're like tendrils of just black evil energy or whatever. And essentially, they were also in the first Hollow Knight. And I forget what they were in that game too, but those were also down in like some sort of an abyss. So it's like, I don't know, it's just deep under the ground, and it's just these shadowy tendrils, and essentially they fed Grandmother Silk to that to make it more powerful. And now apparently the writhing of Grandmother Silk that had been like absorbed by these black tendrils is supposed to like destroy the entire kingdom. And that's exactly what the snail shamans wanted. But Hornet's like, no, I refuse. I refuse to be the overseer of another destroyed fallen kingdom. Like in the last game. It's so funny. Well, she doesn't say it exactly like that, but you get the point. Anyways, I think I've like blabbed for long enough. Oh gosh, I blabbed for way too long. Well, I'm gonna have to cut out some stuff anyways. So if you enjoyed this video and you want to give me a like, or if you want to subscribe to my to my channel for more videos like this, then you can go ahead and do that. Oh, and by the way, thank you so much everybody for the birthday wishes. I can't believe I didn't say that. I might have to just do some editing to put that in at the beginning or something. I don't know. Well, I don't know. But thank you so much to everybody who thanked me happy birthday on my, last video. Because even though it wasn't really the best birthday, I had to work that day, and I was by myself, and it was absolutely brutal. But once again, that's just life. That's just a job, and you just gotta keep working. And actually, it wasn't really too bad. So, and today wasn't too horrible either. It was funny though. My manager was kind of hilarious. He was like, "Come on, hurry up! You gotta get this pallet of freight done. I don't want to be here all night." And he literally left. He literally left at like 5, so he wasn't there all night at all. It's just like, what? That didn't make any sense to me. But all right, I'll leave off on that note. See you guys next time. Bye.